Oh, it's you in here. Okay, I'm in my live. I just didn't know what that sounded. Had me scared. It's like, wait a minute. Thought the dogs were having issue this morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you for the repost, Henry. I appreciate that. Hey, Tawana. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, Waxy Blonde. Good morning. Good morning, Betty. Sweet Pea, DJ Marks, Sunny Peach. Good morning to you all. Good morning. We'll talk about a couple of things this morning. Hope you had a wonderful and peaceful, Wednesday night. And hopefully your Thursday goes supremely fast. I hope for you that it does. Hey, Dawn. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, Mimi. Good morning. Hey, Monica. Good morning. Hey, Nessa Bessa. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, Tracy. Dawn. Want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Miss Sims. Good morning to you all. Hey, Tracy man. Good morning. Good morning. So y'all know we're going to talk about a couple of things. Y'all president, he's still wild and he's upset, that the Epstein discussion happened. But I want to talk to y'all about the message that the White House sent to Congress, making very clear that Congress better stay away from this Epstein thing. So we're going to talk about that this morning. We're going to talk about that. It says, hi. Hi, I'm Mai. Good morning. Hi, I'm Mai. Hey, Lady D. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Hey, Trey. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What they say, it's just Thursday. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost at the end of the week. I've got to check my lottery tickets and see if I got lucky. I don't play the lottery much, but that Powerball was up to over $1 billion. So I was like, shit, shoot my luck. I'll take 100,000. I don't even need $1 billion, but I'll take $1 billion. I made sure to buy something, minuscule when I went to the store, because it's always people who say, oh, I just went to stop and buy ice cream. I had no intention of winning $400 million. I want to be able to do the same thing. Hey, the Wise Owl. Hey, Nerd Alert. Good morning. Hey, Stella. Good morning. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning to each and every one of you. Hey, Lady D. Good morning. You played one quick pick. Yep. You only need one ticket to win. So I said, fuck it. I might get lucky. You never know. Oh, your husband's been playing for years? Yeah, the thing about the lottery is some of it is luck and some of it is skill. Because I know that there are things you can do. Well, at least there was this guy that told me decades ago the things you can do, but I don't know about that. Hey, Waxy Blonde. Oh, you're from Oklahoma. Good morning to you. Oh, I'm going to trigger them this morning, strong yet sturdy. Can't wait. I can't wait. Look, we've only just begun, right? The guy in front of you spent $100. No, I ain't spending no $100. Didn't you hear the victim say that Trump had nothing? No, I didn't hear that. What was wrong with your TV? You might want to clean it. Bye, beloved. Look, they already in here lying. Y'all hear that? They said Trump had nothing to do with it. That is not what happened yesterday in that press conference. What one of them did specifically say is that Epstein would always brag on the fact that Trump was a good friend of his, and he had a picture of him and Donald Trump in a picture frame out in the open for everybody to know and see, and he would make it his business to brag on that. They stay lying. Again, if Trump has nothing to do with the Epstein stuff, people don't need to lie about it. They don't need to lie. But you know why they lie? Conservatives lie because they don't have nothing else. Yep, exactly, Lady D. It was an 8x10 picture. This Epstein thing ain't going away, and it shouldn't go away. Because I'm telling you, if you allow it to go away, you've normalized it. You normalized it for even your own communities. So you can't be surprised in your own communities when you're normalizing it when rich people do it. It's not normal and it's not okay. The only difference between when rich people do it and working class people do it is rich people don't go to prison. That's the only difference. Rich people don't go to prison, but you do. Because this isn't okay behavior. It's criminal. It's immoral. And for some strange reason, Americans, religious Americans, have bought into the fact that it's not supposedly not immoral. No, that shit is immoral. It's not okay. Under any capacity. It's not okay. And we should all be bothered by it. All of us should be bothered by it. And the fact that some of our American citizens who claim to be patriots act like it's nothing to see here. It's not that big of a deal. No, it's a big fucking deal. If you thought Pizzagate, I still can't believe they believed in Pizzagate. If you believed in Pizzagate, explain why you don't believe in this, and you got facts for this one. You got facts for this one. Wake up. Okay? Wake up. Some of the stories that those young women shared yesterday were heartbreaking. Now, I'm going to explain something that you're going to see, right, happening in Congress so that y'all are aware of what's happening to you. Abdul, you're not even African American nor an American, so you're not even a part of this conversation. Bye, beloved. Thank you, Kiera, for purchasing the subscription. I appreciate your support, handsome. I appreciate that. But I had to block one. Well, because you know the trolls are going to show up. Y'all know the trolls are going to show up. Paul. Look, Sarah, go cook something, beloved. I don't listen to any liberal women. I mean, conservative women at all. I don't listen to y'all. Nope, you're out of here. You can't do nothing for me but cook me something to eat and wash my fucking clothes. Y'all want to be traditional women? Well, that's traditional to me. So shut up and stop talking to me. Right? Traditional women don't nearly talk as much as y'all do. So I'm not going to allow you to talk. Thank you, Eric. Oh, Eric, I got a couple of great pictures today. But when I saw this one, I said, this is perfect. This is perfect. This Epstein thing is never going away, as it shouldn't go away. It shouldn't. This man, if you voted for him, promised you, oh, you got some laundry she can wash after mine? Okay, user, hang on to your laundry too, because I'm going to make sure she wash your shit too. These conservative women, stay coming in here talking to me. Stop talking to me. Your husband wouldn't be comfortable with you talking to me. I might turn around and make you think for yourself. And by God, if I get you to start thinking for yourself, ooh, that's the devil. Ain't that what Bobby Boucher mama used to always say? Bobby, that's the devil. So if I have y'all start thinking for yourselves, ain't no telling what might happen. Ain't no telling what might happen. So you may not want to hang out with me because I'm going to get you to think about some things that you probably didn't know that you needed to think about. Now, I'm going to tell you about something that I saw this morning. Guess who's suing Fox News? I don't know if y'all saw it. I'm going to ask this question first and say, guess who's suing Fox News? I'm wonderful, Dr. Silva. How are you, beautiful? Newsmax is suing Fox News. Let me show you. Because I'm like Michael Jackson right about now. I'm like Michael Jackson right about now. Now, I'm going to tell you why Newsmax is suing Fox News. Because you're going to go, what? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, no. I'm not kidding you. Not at all. Oh, I'm hungry. That looks like a snake. Yep, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw something. I was like, what the hell? That's no worm, sir. That's a snake. Okay, hold on. And let me find the one I saw. Because I laughed my ass off when I saw it. I was like, good. Okay. Where is it at? Hold on, let me find it. So Newsmax sues Fox News, right? So they're basically suing Fox News. They say Fox News has a monopoly. They say Fox News has a monopoly on right-wing news, right? And so it doesn't give them the power to grow the way Newsmax would like to. So they blame Fox News for that, right? Right? They say Fox News is the reason why they can't grow. Yep. Fox News is why they can't grow. So because Fox News is stopping them from growth, they're suing them. Thank you so much, Lady D. That's a cool train. I never seen that one before. And I laughed at that because I went, it's kind of rich for Newsmax. They're essentially suing Fox News for DEI. They want diversity, equity, and inclusion. Think about it. They want diversity, equity, and inclusion. They want the courts to make it equitable in the news market. That's what they want. But I thought conservatives didn't like DEI. I told y'all they do. They like DEI for themselves. They don't like it for nobody else. They don't like it for other people, but for themselves, oh, they in love with DEI. And I look at it and I go, well, the reason why Newsmax is having a hard time snatching conservative viewers from Fox News, it's not Fox News. The conservative viewers they're trying to get are on YouTube. See, if you want conservative, right-wing conspiracy theories, YouTube is where you go. You don't even go to Fox News. You go to YouTube and watch somebody's janky-ass podcast. Or watch some video they put together with all these wacky-ass conspiracy theories. That's what you go look at. You don't go watch Fox News. Fox News picks it up after the internet has already been playing with it already. So Newsmax got it all wrong. So I didn't know if y'all knew about that. But yeah, Newsmax wants some diversity, equity, and inclusion because they're not getting it now. Why? Well, they're not getting it all because they say Fox News. And we know that's not true. But it's cute to see it though. Thank you all. Thank you for saying that, Kim. Tapping is clapping. Thank you all so much. Listen, when you're listening to the live this morning, I appreciate you being here. You know I always do. I appreciate you being here. But if you could tap that like button for me, it helps to elevate the live. And hit the copy link button for me. You don't even have to send that copied link to anybody, but it counts as a share for me with TikTok and helps to elevate the live. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you all for the engagement, the likes and shares. I just appreciate you being here. So thank you so much for that. Now, I want to tell you about something else because again, mainstream media with their bullshit, they don't talk about certain perspectives and views because they don't want you to be thinking. They just want you to, the rich people who own those news organizations just want you to ingest whatever it is that they have, those people that work for them, piece out to you. That's the only stuff they want you to ingest. They don't want you to dig any deeper than that because digging any deeper is going to get you to question the system. And God forbid you start questioning the system, you might actually realize that you're being robbed. You might actually realize that you're being robbed. So I read an article this morning that talked about blue states that sued the government when Trump decided to take CDC grants away or and stuff like that. When blue states sued, they got to keep their grants. Red states are less inclined to sue, so they lost out on all that money. Which essentially is they're losing out on all that research, on all the things that could make our lives better. Red states are choosing to lose out. They're not suing. They say that the GOP-led states sustained big losses because how much your state loses all depends on what state you live in. Now, they say initially grant cancellations hit blue and red states pretty much evenly, right? Pretty much evenly. With 4 of the 5 jurisdictions with the largest number of terminated grants were led by Democrats, right? California, DC, Illinois, and Massachusetts. That's what was happening initially. But the attorneys and the governors in those states, they sued. So now, right? And they won the injunctions to get their money, right? Hold up. Let me boot Maximus. He don't have enough followers. TikTok blocked his comment, and if TikTok say I don't need to know, I don't need to know. Nobody cares what you saying, sir. Get your follow game up. What they say? Step your pussy up. Okay, that's what you need to do. I'm not. What? Y'all know what movie this from? Get out of here. No, nobody want to hear that. So anyway, of the 5 states with the most canceled grants now, 4 of them are led by Republicans: Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma, and Ohio. All of the 4 out of 5 of the red states come from those areas. Come from those areas. Now, they say in blue states, nearly 80% of the CDC cuts have been restored, compared with fewer than 5% in red states. I love this for them too, Kim. They voted for this. So I love this for them too. You say you got a letter. They said we're only got 3 months of transportation and lunch left at our school. Wow, Eric, what state is that in? That's crazy. But I tell people elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. When your state elected representatives don't fight for things, oh, that's Michigan. Ooh, that's not good. But hey, Michigan wanted Trump, right? Didn't they go for Trump? I'm like, that's not good. But Michigan got a lot of racism too. But every state in the union got racism. If you want to keep it all the way a buck. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. And that's just the truth. Every state in the union got racism. So they're saying that it's going to be in a bad way. Now, keep in mind, these cutbacks come. Oh, I know that you didn't vote for Trump, Eric. I know you didn't. Remember, these cutbacks come, and all this stuff comes, like that cut in funding comes when you still have the largest measles outbreak in over 30 years happening in America right now. That's still going on. That hasn't stopped. But on top of that measles outbreak happening, guess what you got on top of that? You don't have a good CDC. You don't have a good working government. HHS is all fucked up. Yep, a rise in STIs. But the part that makes it even worse, the part that makes it even worse, you don't have no government there to really tell you what the numbers looking like. Y'all better be careful out there in them streets. Real shit. Y'all better be careful out there in them streets. You better be careful. Because your government is not keeping track of things. They not keeping track of shit because they want you to think it ain't as bad as it is. If we just don't keep track of the numbers, hey, it's not a problem if we don't report it and we don't keep track of it. I'm just telling y'all. Pay attention. That's why it's important. That's why it's a problem that all these grants got slashed. It says the CDC slashed grants in Texas. Its measles outbreak spread across the U.S. and Mexico, sickening at least 4,500 people, unaliving at least 16. That's at least. We don't know all the numbers. We just know some of them. Y'all better pay attention. This is why I'm telling y'all, we in a much bad way than folks really realize in America right now. It's bad. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. We're at the very beginning of this. Keep in mind, it's not even a year. And you say no more mandate vaccine for kids in Florida. The only thing I can say to y'all, I wish you peace and blessings in Florida, tots and prayers. Because the reason why I say that is because, listen, you have a government that's dysfunctional, and then you got people who are in denial, and then you got all them elderly people down there in a state that's against vaccines. Child, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for disaster. You're right about that, Nessa Bessa. And when that comes back and they want to blame Democrats, I'm going to say, oh, no. You know what? I'm going to look at that child and say, no, blame your dumbass parents here. Your mama and your daddy, they dumb as a box of fucking rocks. They didn't want to listen to the experts because they listened to the guy that has had brainworms, where he said, don't listen to the experts. They listened to him because his daddy was famous. That's the only reason why, because he ain't did shit. You're right, Greer. Make America great again. I could smell MAGA in here. That's why I booted your ass. Bye. You can always smell MAGA. It has a different stench to it. Do you think Florida is intentionally trying to reduce? No, I don't think that Florida is trying to intentionally reduce their population. I just think Florida has dumbass leadership. And the other reason is y'all got too many fucking old people in Florida. Them old people done ruined y'all fucking state. Those bastards don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay their fair share shit like they supposed to. So they come running their ass down there to Florida so they don't have to pay. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened to Florida. That's what happened to the state of Florida. I'm keeping it all the way a buck. That's what happened to your state. It's not any of that other stuff that these people are talking about. Where is my button for... Where is that button? Oh, there it is. Oh, dang it. It went away. Dang it. Yeah, that's the issue with Florida. That's why Florida has the issues that they have. It's not that other stuff. It's the old people. Old people don't want to pay taxes. They're greedy. And people who don't want to pay taxes, that already lets you know your government going to be suffering. Your government is going to suffer. Where the revenue coming from? Old people don't work. So they're not going to pay payroll taxes because they don't work. And a lot of them don't really own businesses. At that point, they're retired. Old people don't want to pay taxes. That's why they run to Florida. I agree, Monica. Y'all should, but see, you can't stop conservatives coming into your state. But you know what you can stop? I told y'all need to start doing co-ops in your community. Do not allow conservatives into your co-ops. That's the issue you having. Stop helping these people. Stop helping them. Helping them, see, for the first time in history and since I've been alive, people don't have Democrats to offset conservative policies. Y'all eating all this shit. Y'all eating all this shit. You getting a taste of what conservative policies really look like. This is what it would look like to live in a red state if you lived in a red state. That's what you're looking at. If you don't like what you see with your government, you need to do something about changing it. But these are conservative policies. They starve communities and feed money into rich people, big businesses. Like this article I'm showing you up here, they're saying the population in the United States is going to shrink for the first time ever in 2025. No problem, dude. I understand. I'm praying for you, babe. I hope it works out for you. Really, D? You think so? D, come on, D. I can tell just by your avatar, you ain't got enough education to even spew facts. I had to let you go, D. I don't do propaganda in my lives, beloved. You're a conservative woman. I can't let you come in here and talk that talk. And what was up with all that glamour shotting in your whatever? I don't get it. Y'all need to stop doing that dew haze over your avatars. That anytime I see that, I go, somebody trying to have bad skin. Stop doing that. That misty hue, you know, it's like a hazy hue and shit. I'm like, what? So the population will shrink. Of course. You're right, Tuna. Of course. It's shrinking because the illegals must go. And Tuna, you're an illegal. That's why I had to send you packing. Bye. You can't come in that loud, beloved. You can't come in that loud. Okay? So the population in the United States is going to shrink, right? And this is the funniest part to me. The people who want to have babies, poor white people, rich people don't want that. They'll take your babies. They'll let you have babies and stuff like that. But ultimately, they don't really want those babies. I mean, they'll take some to put in factories. But after a while, they're like, slow down, slow down. You have too many of those poor babies. We'll have to start feeding them and stuff. And we don't want to do that. Yeah, when the population shrinks, it is very difficult to turn it around. The most ironic part to me is the same people who wanted to push immigrants out are the same people who still don't want to work those jobs that immigrants worked. And why don't they want to work those jobs? One, because they physically can't. They're in most Americans are in bad physical health. Think about it. Next time you go out, look at people. Just look at them. Most people are in bad physical shape. Bad feet, bad back, bad hands. They just in bad shape. And they're not as old as you think they are. When you talk to them, you find out people are a lot younger than you think they are. But they're in bad shape because the system works them to death. That's why they're in bad shape. That's why they're in bad shape. You should be in much better shape than you are if you're not, but you know why you're not? Because the system's working you to death. Yep, Nessa, you're right. They're so worried about people having kids. If they want young people to have kids, you got to make it more affordable. See, young people are smart. They go, well, shit, if I'm struggling to survive, why the hell would I have a baby? Why would I do that? A baby that society won't help me feed. They won't help me with childcare. They won't help me with housing. Why would I do that? That's stupid. I'm setting myself up for failure if I do that. Because you would be. That would be dumb. I'm keeping it all the way above. It would be masterfully dumb to do that. Because it doesn't make any logical sense for you to go into debt having babies that you can't afford. Mary Jane says elderly disabled in Minnesota fought Reagan as pre-existing medical condition. And listen, if it wasn't for Barack Obama coming along with the ACA, most people in America wouldn't even have insurance right now. Because you would still be trapped due to pre-existing conditions. Pre-existing conditions would make it so you couldn't get insurance. But y'all done had it good for so long, y'all done got spoiled. See, y'all done got spoiled. Y'all don't know what it's like to live in America before the ACA. If you were born with something, you might not get insurance. Or if you get it, they won't cover nothing affiliated with that. But you were born with it, you say. That's not fair. That ain't how they looked at it. Insurance companies are in the business of making money, not to make sure you remain healthy. This is why insurance should not be a business. Insurance shouldn't be a business because when insurance is a business, they're going to weigh the cost of your life up against the cost of their profits. And you're going to lose every time. I guarantee you'll lose every time. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. If your life is on a piece of paper up against profits for an insurance company, you're going to lose. Yep, that's why back in the day, people didn't change their jobs. That's why back in the day, people would stay in a dead-end job no matter how much they hated it, because you didn't want to lose your insurance. You know why rich people hate the ACA? It just ain't because it covers pre-existing conditions. It's also because you ain't got to be tied to a dead-end job no more, and they knew it. That part. How dare the working class have options and not have to just take whatever scraps are given to them? That's why rich people mad with you. Because see, you were able to quit that job that you hated, work for yourself, and still have insurance. See, for a lot of people, the only reason why they weren't working for themselves is they needed insurance. And it was too expensive to go out into that market by yourself. The beautiful thing about the ACA, those group rates make it so it can make insurance affordable for you and allows you more options with your life. So if you say, I don't want to work for these people no more, I'm going to go start my own business, you can actually do that and be successful at that business. And insurance won't bankrupt you. Rich people don't like that. They don't like small business at all, to be honest. Hey, Lori, good morning. Good morning, Crystal. They don't like small business at all, for real, for real. Look how Trump is destroying small businesses right now with his economic policies. The trade war alone is crippling so many small businesses. See, the large companies can afford to take it in and then distribute it amongst all of their consumers. Small mom and pop businesses, they always can absorb that stuff and remain in business. But that's what big business wants, because big business wants that business too. They want everything, even your children. Even your children. Y'all gonna learn. Wake the fuck up. This is not leadership. No matter what they tell you, this is not leadership. See, the problem is y'all starting to think too much for yourselves. You pushing back too much. The system don't like that. The system doesn't like that. The system wants you to keep your head down and work. Because if you keep your head down and work, you don't notice how rich people are stealing from you. You don't notice how they're destroying your communities, your schools. You got rich people right now. They paid to get certain people in office, and they're there, and now they're tearing up the Department of Education. Tearing it up. Those are your kids. What do you think is going to happen to your child with a limited education? They're going to work in dead-end, low-wage jobs. And that's what rich people want them, in dead-end, low-wage jobs. Why do you think it's Dollar Generals and Family Dollars popping up everywhere? And dollar stores? Low-wage jobs. Why those things, they charge cheap prices, they also produce low-wage fucking jobs. Where they work those people to death. Talk to them sometimes. Talk to them sometimes. Instead of just being in there thinking you getting a deal, talk to the people that work in those places. Go in a Dollar General and see how they stock the store with 1, maybe 2 employees max. Max. Stocking shelves. They helping customers. They doing cashier stuff at the front. They doing cashier stuff at the front. Managing whole stores. 2 people. They do everything. Pay attention. Oh, excuse me, I had to burp. Pay attention the next time you go. Yep, and the turnover rate is extremely high in those stores. Why? They work them to death. Those people can't take it. They can't take it. They do the same thing in multiple stores. They operate on skeleton crews so they can increase their profits, because that's all they care about. Increasing of the profits, increasing of the profits. That's the primary focus with everything. Wake up, y'all. Wake up. Our children deserve more. If you have children, if you have grandchildren, ask yourself, if you died tomorrow, is this the world that you want to leave your kids in? Do you feel safe and comfortable? Do you feel like your kids will be all right? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course, every day you think about it and hope that God gives you another day, another week, another year, so you can get some things straight to leave something for your kids. I need you to understand, even if you left something for them, the system gonna eat that shit up. Because the system don't care. The system wants everything. The system wants your children's labor. It wants your children's hard work for pennies on the dollar. That's what it wants. That's what it wants. Hold on. I was booting another one. And see, that's why education is important. This is why I can spot the trolls pretty good. They tried it. They said, I was working in the Department of Education. I was doing all that stuff till the CRT stuff took over. Yeah, until they started teaching real history. And then the little white babies come home crying, learning about real history. Y'all couldn't handle it. So you showed up at the school board meeting and said, stop teaching that truth. Because that's really what happened. What did I tell y'all a long time ago? It's a whole bunch of Americans in America that have children. And they want their kids to be dumb. See, that's a conversation a lot of people don't want to talk about either. They want their children to be less educated than they are. Because if their children get more education, it exposes that they're not very well educated. It exposes that they don't read books. So it's a lot to gain for them to keep their children undereducated. Because how else do you tell your kid, oh no, you ain't gonna never make more money than I do, and then your kid does? How else do they justify it except to keep their child undereducated? There's nothing that pisses them off more that they've sold you this propaganda and this lie that you ain't gonna never do better. And then they see you doing better and passing them and they can't take it. And they can't take it. They would rather set you up to fail than to win. Because if they set you up to win, then everything that they taught you was a lie and they're exposed. They're exposed. And see, the other side of this too, y'all got to understand, a lot of people, they bought into the lie. And because they didn't wake up, they don't want you to wake up either. They don't want you to wake up either. You need to be asleep too, just like I was asleep. I wasted my whole life away. Why you not wasting your whole life away like me? Well, I got to make sure of it. I got to make sure of it. I'm just saying, I know this is hard for some of y'all to believe, but everybody that has children shouldn't have kids. Even roaches have babies. But the difference between roaches and humans are roaches take care of their babies no matter what. Humans don't do that. Humans will get jealous of their own babies. Humans will get jealous of the very life that they created. That's a fact. Humans will get jealous of a life that they created, especially if that life looks like it's going to be better than them, smarter than them, more talented than them. And it's extremely confusing to parents like that because they go, how did I raise a child like that? Miracles do happen, beloved. Yeah, even mice raise their babies, but humans, mm-mm. See that roach thing? My mama used to say that. Because that was a reminder, right? To say, you're not doing anything profound by making babies and having babies. Only humans do that shit. We having babies over here. Are you raising babies over here? That's the question. Are you raising them? Are you teaching them anything? Are you creating better humans? Most people aren't. Like I said, even roaches have babies. What are you doing to raise the children that you're creating? Because see, if you're letting the world raise them and you don't have no influence, that's a problem. That's a problem. It goes back, look, this is a great segue to the Straight No Chaser podcast episode I released yesterday titled, Who Raised Us? Because for many of us, you think that the only people that raised you is your parents. You were raised by many things. There were many things in your life that had an impact on your life. Your parents, your extended family, your community, your school, your friends, your peers, the world. And what that meant for how it shaped you as an adult now. And how it shapes how you look at young people now. All of that stuff is interconnected. Yep, world events shaped us too. Look, I had to shut that daughter up of mine. She trying to go outside and be online. You know, them youngins too loud. Oh, you were a 9/11 baby. So is my niece. My niece was born on September 11th. That's an interesting birthday to have. Because people will either celebrate you or forget about you. One of the two. One of my nieces, her birthday's on September 11th. So I always try to make it my business to love on her extra, because I know it can be hard for people to remember that day. So happy birthday to you in advance, River. Because people, September 11th, that's a tough day for the nation. But even America, think about September 11th. Even Americans have forgotten about that. It's like those people died in vain. It's like they literally died in vain. It's like so many people forgot what happened that day in America. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. Because every time this time of year, I'm always still looking at footage, being reminded, because I never want to forget the people who lost their lives that day. So many of them just at work, just doing their job, normal, regular, everyday job. And they lost their life. And for many of them, they didn't even know what was happening. For some of them, they did. And I tell you, I still flip-flop between, I don't know if it was worse to not know what happened than to know and know there's no way out. I really don't know. I still look at 9/11 footage and I struggle with that. Was it better to know or not know? And to your point, I saw, Rennie, in many ways, I'm thinking it was better not to know. Because the suffering that happened for people and the choices that people had to make for September 11th is still one of the most, it changed my life forever. It wasn't one of those things I could watch and never be affected by it. You gonna be affected. I'm always been affected by that. Seeing people having to making decisions, jumping out of buildings. It's like, do I burn or do I just jump and do it my way? I know I'm going to die. But do I do it in the way that I want to do it? Or do I do it somebody else's way? Yep, that still gives me chills too, because that was the choice that Americans made. And to watch so many Americans today act like that shit never happened, that shit is crazy to me. That's crazy. You had some people didn't even have an option of jumping because they had no way out. The smoke took them out. The fire took them out. I never forget seeing the people in holes inside of the building, confused about what's happening, trying to find a way out. There was no way out. Now you got a government that don't even, it ain't even working to protect the American citizens. We are less safe than we're less safe now than we were before September 11th. We're less safe. And Islam ain't your problem, beloved. And I keep saying that. I had to boot one. Hey, Bubba, go wait on a check, Bubba. Bye, Bubba. Bubba's a socialist. I can tell. The skin tells me everything. You can always tell socialism. See, I earn money. You can tell this is not socialist skin. See? I get sun, I moisturize. See? When you waiting on checks all the time, your skin look different. Y'all gonna get tired of messing with me. How do you troll during a discussion on September 11th? Americans who don't give a shit. That's how you scroll. That's how you troll doing shit like that. It's crazy to me that Americans have selective amnesia. That's what my grandmama used to call it. They remember what they want to, and they leave behind what's not good. It's amazing to me, Americans can always remember about the Civil War. The Civil War. You can't never forget that shit. They lost. Like the fuck? You still hanging on to that. They fucking lost. Okay? They lost. It's like, damn. And they love to say, but my granddad, my great-great-great-granddaddy was fighting in the Civil War. Well, your great-great-great-granddaddy was a fucking loser. Damn. He was a loser. And you're still hanging on to that shit. You still, once a year, you sign up, you cosplay, you dress up as a losing fucking soldier. And you know the most diabolical part of it all? They dress up to go do Civil War reenactments and they lose in that too. Like, cut the shit. You lost. Move on. Mark, they should be ashamed, but they ain't never ashamed. They always proud. Yeah. My pawpaw fought in the Civil War. He was fighting for his freedom. So he fought in the Civil War. They lost. And you're still poor now. Sounds like to me, something's in the DNA in your lineage. Y'all just like, I don't know. Y'all just like losing. Let's deal with that. Yeah, Bouja, I know you never thought about it like that, but it's true. The Confederacy lost. And the people who keep celebrating it are celebrating fucking losers. They like losing. Yes, they love it. Look at Anthony. Anthony says, I'm a mean woman. And you're attracted to it. I know you are, Anthony, but I had to block you anyway. Bye, boy. You know you like a mean. Conservatives say I'm always a mean woman. How? I'm not acting any different than this fucker here that y'all love. I'm not mean. I just don't kiss y'all ass. And I remind you that you're poor and you don't like it. But you don't need my reminder that you're poor. Every time you look out that dirty ass screen window of that fucking trailer that you live in, oh, you know you dirty. You know you poor. That's what you upset about. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the people keeping you poor on purpose. Yep, we lost with Trump. Hell, Trump was acting just like the damn Confederacy. He lost the election, but spent all his time rewriting history. They stole it. They stole it. They stole it. They stole it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that will not happen in this second term of Trump. Guarantee he don't have them do no investigations on how the other election was stolen from him. Because it wasn't stolen. His punk ass lost. His punk ass lost. He just was too insecure to say he lost. You know why? Because Trump don't like losers. And he couldn't accept that he was a loser. At all. That's why he did it. Oh, they act like Trump lost because they know Trump lost. And the funniest part, Trump won this time and came back, and all the people who voted for him lost. All of them are losing, and I love every minute of it. I saw something this morning where Indiana, no, it was Arkansas. The farmers in Arkansas are asking for stimulus money, y'all. They say they suffering, and I say to that, don't give them shit. They voted for it. That shit is socialism. I am done propping up the businesses of family farms. Fuck them. If you can't feed hungry children, if we can't have free school lunch, why are my tax dollars needing to be used to prop up your family farm business? Maybe you should have been quit farming decades ago. How about that? How about you're not lucrative farming because you suck at it? You're a loser. Why should my money go to prop up your business? No. Pull yourself up by your Chinese-made bootstraps and go get a job. Go get a job. Because I'm tired of propping up your business, your farm, with my tax dollars. The biggest welfare recipients in America are farmers. And they the first ones to claim all the rest of us are leeching off the system. Nope. Get a real job. And the reason why I say a real job is this. If you're a farmer and you need government money to buy farm equipment, plant crops, sell crops, then guess what? You're not a successful farmer then. Not if you complain about socialism and not realize your ass is a socialist. You say your niece is a Trump lover and she blacks and it makes me sick to be around her and she has Section 8. Irene, I hope she loses her Section 8. No disrespect, but I have found with MAGA, the only way to get them to see the error of their ways, to be honest with you, is for them to feel the policies. They got to feel the shit. So fuck it. Let her lose that shit. And let her know when she loses it that you're not giving up nothing. Don't give her shit. See, the other problem is y'all got to stop helping them. Y'all got to stop helping them. They got to feel the shit. As long as you keep helping and saving them from themselves, nothing changes. Because they will rewrite history in their minds and say, oh, Trump made everything great for me, when it was really something else. You need Taylor Swift on food stamps. Oh, I don't think you mean the real Taylor Swift, but I know what you mean. Trump is getting setting a 2-year limit on staying on Section 8. Good. Cut the shit. I don't care. Don't matter to me. I ain't on Section 8. You understand? I ain't on Section 8. The funny thing is the people that was clapping the loudest wanting this shit are on fucking Section 8. They're on fucking social services. They're either on Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. They get some type of housing assistance, but they don't realize it, or they have tricked themselves into believing they're self-sustaining. See, I never had a problem about putting into the system so that other people who need help can get it. But if people who need the help gonna talk shit about it and then act like they not getting it, or cut their ass off. You thinking too much of yourself. We need to knock you back down to reality. The only way to do that, gotta starve it. Yep, you're gonna have to starve it. Because see, so many of these people have had access to so much for so long, nothing's gonna change. Except if you change the system. Yep, and most of them are white. I already know what social media is gonna look like. I I need some. That's me scrolling. Like me scrolling on TikTok. Please, if you guys could don't. I voted for Trump, but I'm just scrolling. You ain't gonna get me in there to give you nothing. I'm not giving up nothing. You voted for that. How the fuck I look giving you help when you voted for that shit? That made me look stupid. No. They deserve everything that they get. Stop saving people from themselves. Y'all always want to be Captain Save-A-Hole. Stop doing that shit. It is not your job to run around and save people from themselves. I read an article yesterday talking about parents of children on Medicaid who need life-saving care and who voted for Trump are afraid they're going to lose their benefits. I hope you do lose them. Fuck you mean? So you want us to care more about your child than you cared about your own fucking kid. Not on my block, we don't do that. On my block, we don't do that shit. And I have plenty of empathy and compassion for liberals. For liberals, yeah, sure do. I just don't have none for conservatives. Soon as I see you begging for money, you need help, I ain't got it, sis. I'm ass out. As soon as I walk by, you go right in that Starbucks and buy a $12 latte. And then walk right back by you with my latte and say, oh, I didn't have no paper cash on me. Like, I'm not playing that game with them. Yep, I ain't got it. Because, see, that's what happens when you vote for this shit. You're going to have to feel it. So I like that the farmers of America are suffering. Good, let them suffer. This is the America that they wanted. And it's not for us to step in the middle of what people want and then say, hey, nah, we're not going to give them that. That's what they wanted. Hold on, I was looking at something. This is the direct result of bad leadership. Trump is a failed leader. Allowing you to speak in here with one follower would be DEI, beloved. That's why I booted you. Hey, listen. Okay, let me help y'all. Let me help the people who like to troll. Because I know y'all don't read books. So let me help y'all with something real quick. If you want to troll, stop trying to be obviously black. Because in your attempts to try to play black, like cosplay black, it's like stereotypical black. And it's just so not convincing. Right? It's just not convincing. Right? So you should stop doing that. Right? Just try to be you as best you can. I know you don't want to put your picture in the avatar. I know you don't. I know you don't. Conservatism is the definition of built funny. Okay? If you took a dictionary and you could look up the phrase built funny. Say if built funny was a phrase you could look up, it would say a conservative or red pillar that's extremely angry, because that angry makes you start getting built funny. Y'all see? So stop it. Because that's why you built like that. Because you mad and you angry. And now I get it. Most people built funny are mad and angry. And I guess if I was built funny, I'd be mad and angry too. I don't know. But that's not my reality. Right? So I'm not going to claim that. I'm going to just say chill the fuck out. Calm down. Y'all do too much. Every time y'all come to this live, y'all do the mostest. What's your I didn't block your backup, Shea Butter. What's your backup account? And I can unblock it after the live. Write it in here and I could have blocked it, not knowing it was you. What's your backup, Shea Butter? And I'll make sure to unblock it. Girl, you know we be moving fast in here. But you know I will say when we do something wrong. Did the build come for, listen, Mark is wondering, does the bad built body come before or after the nasty attitude? Okay, let's see. It depends on how bad built they are. It depends on how bad built they are, right? It depends, right? But I can tell you, that it will start off while, like, I'll say it like this. When a lot of them are younger, they're already bad built. They're just thinner. But as they gain weight, you can see more of the bad built body. You understand where I'm coming from? You see more of the bad built body as they get bigger. And then as they get bigger and keep having to look at it, they get more and more angry. So it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of like that chicken and the egg thing. It's kind of hard to say which comes first between the chicken or the egg. So I'm kind of agreeing with Cassie. It's kind of simultaneously, you know, the body keeps changing. You keep looking at it. You keep getting more angry that it keeps changing, and you keep looking at it. And then next thing you know, yeah, man. So I think that's what happens, you know, because then when somebody like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she's going to be angry, right? I would expect it. She built like her daddy. You'd be mad too. You'd be like, of all the fucking people I could have been built like and I could have looked like, my dad? Come on, man. Come on. I mean, literally, it's like they took his face and put it right on her. Shoulders, took it from him, put it right on her. Waistline, took it from him, put it right on her. Y'all know they did. And she's taking Ozempic. She's taking some GLP-1. She's taking some GLP-1. And still looking like her daddy. Now, that gives new meaning to I be stunting like my daddy. Stunting like my daddy. Number one stunner. Listen. That I hadn't thought about that. Good looking out. Look good looking out for that one. I hadn't thought about that. That's why she's so mad though. Because I can guarantee you growing up, people was like, man, shut your looking like your daddy ass up. I'm telling you, that's why she's still mad. She's a mean girl because she was never cute enough to be nothing else beyond that. I'm telling you, she's that chick that wishes she was the cute blonde chick, but she not that. She looked like her daddy. And people was calling her out on this shit when she was growing up. So she's gonna always be a mean girl. Always. Always. Because she's built funny. So she's gonna always be a mean girl. People who are kind of built funny or don't look traditional, or what they call, I'm not even sure what you call traditional beauty and handsome, because I think that that's all in the eyes of the beholder. There are people that I say that I think are pretty or handsome that somebody else may not think is pretty or handsome. You know, so beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It is. But I can tell you certainly what it ain't. I can tell you that real quick. Okay? It ain't hard to tell you what it don't look like. And it don't look like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Jesus. Not many beholders agree. I see that, Jay. Now, I thank y'all for joining me this morning. I thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. What did we get? We got 97,000 likes. I appreciate that. We got over 215 shares. I appreciate that. Listen, I'm going to remind you, don't forget to listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast. A new episode dropped yesterday where I talk about who raised us and what does that mean to us now? How it shapes how we see the world now and how we see the youth now. And if it's fair or if it's unfair. Listen to that episode and let me know who raised you and how they raise you. How did those lessons shape you and who you are? I'm on multiple platforms. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Patreon. I'm on YouTube. Okay? The link is in my profile. I say the link is in my bio, but I'm going to fix that because people got confused about that yesterday. The link to it is in my profile. When you click it, when you click my profile and you go in there, it is when you go in there, there's a link to my website. On my website, it's just my links of all the places I'm located. The very first link is Patreon. You can listen to me on Patreon, Spotify, or YouTube. I'm not on the other platforms yet because I got to figure out the right way to get on there. That's easy, where I can push 1 or 2 buttons because I ain't got time to be doing 50 million 11 websites. I'm already stretched too thin as it is. So, I want to remind you, don't forget, come on over and hang out with us in Patreon. The link is in my profile. We have some good conversations. I also shared in my profile over there. I'm going to remind you all, for those of you who need to make some money, you can make extra money doing studies, market research studies, and interviews. That's basically where companies just talk to you and ask you questions and they pay you for it. They just pay you for your honest opinion. I don't make any money off of telling y'all. I'm just telling you because I make money with them. Now, this morning when I got up, I didn't have any study invitations in my box yet. And I don't see any study invitations yet either. It seems too early. So I'm thinking about 11, 12 o'clock, I should start seeing stuff popping around in that box. But it's the beginning of September. And so a lot of companies are looking for people. They'll be looking for people all month. But get signed up on these companies. I have pinned the post on my Patreon. I'm only going to keep it pinned. Today is the last day I'm going to keep it pinned because I got some other stuff that I want to pin. So today is the last day I'm going to keep it pinned. Go on there and sign up if you want to make extra money. Especially extra money you don't have to claim on your taxes. Okay? Stop looking a gift horse in the mouth. I'm trying to help y'all make money. Y'all say y'all need it. You can make money with this. You just got to be honest about who you are and you will make the money. Okay? You love to laugh. On my Patreon, the link is in my profile. Companies will pay you to interview you. Just to talk with you about how you shop in a grocery store. What's your favorite pizza sauce? What's your favorite TV show? How do you watch news? How often do you watch it? What platforms you watch it on? Companies will pay you for that. They pay lots of money for that. Okay? And I was saying to people, if they want to make money, sign up for those market research studies. They don't cost you nothing but your time. The link is in my profile. You go to my Patreon. I have a pinned link up there that after today, it will not be pinned on my Patreon. You're going to have to search for it after that. But that's where you can make money with people just talking to you. Okay? Listen, okay, we got over 100,000. I appreciate you guys for that. I really do appreciate you for promoting my lives. We have a great fun time. Also, don't forget, I post the lives every day on YouTube. I post them every day. So if you miss a live, go on over to YouTube. My YouTube is also on my website. The link is in my profile. And go on over and listen to it and watch them over on YouTube. Because I make sure to put them there because people told me sometimes I miss them and I want to catch them or I want to watch something again. You can go over there and you can watch them right over on YouTube. I make sure that I put them there because we have a great fun time together. So listen, complete those. Go on those websites today. Complete your profiles. Be honest about who you are because the more honest you are, the more inclined you are to get studies. Age is a non-factor. I don't want to hear, well, I'm too old. They talk to older people too. They talk to younger people too. Just got to be 18. That's it. You got kids, they 18, at least 18. Give the information to them too. So they could be making money too. These companies are always paying to do market research. Always. I told y'all I did one where the people who do Love and Hip Hop did market research to know why or why not we do or don't watch. I got $250 for that for 1 hour. 1 hour. Go make that money. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here with me today. I really do. We had a great time, and I want you to have a great and beautiful Thursday. Look, we almost at the end of the week, y'all. Mark, you better get on over there and sign up for that stuff. They're always looking for men, especially African-American men. Always. Because it's a shortage of getting feedback from black men. Or men in general. Hey, Pioneer, do you ever apply sunscreen? You asking me, do I ever shut up? Do you ever apply sunscreen? From the look of that avatar, that's going to be a no for me, dog. He big mad. Him big mad. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the fact that you choose not to use sunscreen. They always get so angry. So angry. Now I'll be back online live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon. I will be back on live. I got some editing I got to do. And I'm going to the grocery store. So, I'm already sweating. Because I got to go to the grocery store today, y'all. I'll let y'all know what I see and what I find. And yes, don't forget Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Don't forget about that. Donald Trump is in those Epstein files. And don't lose sight of the fact, if Epstein was still around, he probably would have been in Trump's cabinet. Don't lose sight of that. He probably would have been in Trump's cabinet. Hell, he already made Lawrence Taylor the head of the youth, president's youth thing. And Lawrence Taylor, he's already on the list, for the offender registry list. He can't even go around the youth. Pay attention. None of this shit is by accident, y'all. None of it. Okay? None of it. Now, before I wrap up this morning, I want to send a special shout out to my top 5 gifters because I do this every live. But I say thank you to all of you. Remember, the most important commodity that you possess is your time, because once you spend it, you can't get it back. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I also appreciate those of you who used monetary, value to do that. You didn't have to, but I appreciate that you did. Thank you so much. Number 1, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you, handsome. Number 2, beautiful my dog is Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. And thank you also for helping me with the moderation. Number 3, beautiful Trail. Thank you, beautiful. Number 4, handsome Marky. Thank you, handsome. Number 5, beautiful Kimmy. Thank you, beautiful. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Nessa Vessa. Thank you, beautiful. I do have a Cash App, Jay. My daughter always says I should put it up. I'll put it up this afternoon. Because I don't know it by heart. Shut up, Jay. Quiet, Jay. I just learned how to pay with Cash App on my telephone just this year. My daughter showed me. So thank y'all. So look, I get a little, I do a little too much, but I'm gonna write it down so I have it, and I'll put it up in the sticker this afternoon. I thank you all. I appreciate you being here. And listen, I'm gonna end this live the way I end all my lives. Don't you let nobody live rent-free in your head today, okay? Don't you feed any trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace. I'll see you guys at 5 p.m. this afternoon. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.